There comes a quiet moment when effort no longer feels enough. You meet expectations, fulfill responsibilities, yet a subtle question forms. Why do some naturally command respect, while others struggle to be truly seen in our noisy world? Recognition often seems unpredictable. The loudest voice isn't always the most valued. The busiest person isn't always the most trusted. Stoic philosophy offers a deeply reassuring perspective. Respect is rarely something forced or demanded. More often, it is a response, a quiet response to presence, to consistency, to undeniable contribution. Certain behaviors slowly shape how others experience us. They determine whether we are easily overlooked or gradually become difficult to ignore. In this video, we will explore 7 quiet behaviors that build this profound presence, drawing directly from timeless Stoic wisdom. The first behavior that makes someone difficult to ignore is reliability. Not dramatic effort, not sudden bursts of motivation, but steady presence. In many environments, enthusiasm appears quickly and fades just as quickly. In a world chasing instant gratification and fleeting trends, consistency often feels less exciting than novelty, yet its impact is far more profound and lasting. The initial burst of energy is easily admired, but it is the sustained, often unglamorous effort that truly builds foundations. People begin projects with intensity, yet struggle to maintain consistency. They fall prey to the lure of the new or the discomfort of the mundane, letting their commitments quietly unravel. The Stoics placed enormous value on endurance. They understood that true worth is forged in the crucible of daily practice, not in grand, sporadic gestures. They believed dignity is built through repetition, through the quiet discipline of continuing when excitement disappears. This deliberate choice, known to the Stoics as prohairesis, focuses our energy on what is truly within our control, our actions, and our resolve, regardless of external circumstances. It is the unwavering commitment to one's chosen path when you show up day after day, even in ordinary moments. Something fundamental changes. Others begin to associate you with stability and dependability. They learn they can implicitly trust your word, your presence, and your consistent commitment. Your presence becomes an expected, reassuring anchor, and when you are absent, that absence becomes noticeably felt and genuinely acknowledged, not just a forgotten void. Over time, this unwavering reliability transforms into deep, unspoken trust, and trust, when earned consistently and patiently, naturally invites profound respect that cannot be easily dismissed or forgotten. Another profound reason individuals become difficult to ignore is quiet competence. Competence rarely seeks attention or demands the spotlight. It doesn't need to boast or clamor for applause. True competence possesses an intrinsic confidence. It expresses itself through consistent, undeniable outcomes. Problems get solved efficiently and elegantly. Work improves, often without fanfare. Decisions become clearer, more effective, and more strategically sound. This isn't superficial skill acquired quickly, but rather mastery developed through deliberate practice, intellectual humility, and an unwavering commitment to learning from every experience, especially from mistakes. It is the pursuit of excellence for its own sake. The Stoics believed that our role in life should be performed with meticulous care and unwavering dedication, not for external validation or temporary praise, but because excellence in one's craft is an integral part of living with integrity and reason. Marcus Aurelius spoke of doing one's work with perfect accuracy and attention, seeing the pursuit of skill as a direct path to virtue itself. When someone consistently produces meaningful, high-quality results, others inevitably begin to notice patterns. They may not speak loudly about it. For true competence often speaks most powerfully through its silent demonstration, but internally, perceptions begin to shift dramatically. The quiet, consistent delivery of quality and precision speaks volumes that no self-promotion ever could. Competence creates undeniable credibility. And credibility, built through consistent work performed with humility, quietly yet profoundly changes how seriously we are taken, and how much weight our words, our judgments, and our actions truly carry. A third behavior that makes a person truly difficult to ignore is their capacity for meaningful, unique contribution. This isn't contribution driven by the shallow need to impress, to be seen, or to gain quick praise, but contribution profoundly shaped by authentic self-awareness and a deep understanding of what is truly needed. In many environments, people instinctively try to fit in so completely that their individual voice becomes indistinguishable from the crowd. They repeat what is already known. They follow what is already accepted. This conformity, while often socially comfortable, rarely cultivates deep and lasting respect, because it offers nothing new, nothing genuinely valuable, and nothing that truly challenges or expands the existing landscape. It is a comfortable echo chamber. The Stoics encouraged profound self-understanding, urging us to explore our own unique daemon, our true inner nature, talents, and potential. They believed each person carries a particular way of thinking, perceiving, and responding that cannot be replicated by another. Discovering and embracing this uniqueness requires introspection, courage, and a willingness to transcend mere societal expectations. It is not about being different for the sake of being different, but about aligning with your deepest, most genuine self, and bringing that authentic self to the world. When you begin to contribute from that authentic center, something subtle yet powerfully transformative changes. Your ideas carry a distinct clarity and originality. Your actions carry an undeniable intention and purpose that sets them apart. You are no longer just participating or echoing others' thoughts. You are genuinely adding value. You are bringing a perspective, a skill, or an insight that is uniquely yours, and which genuinely enriches the collective, pushing boundaries, or illuminating new paths, and people naturally, almost instinctively, notice and value what truly adds value, what expands their understanding, solves a problem in a novel way, or offers a fresh perspective that only you could provide. This kind of contribution is memorable. Life does not move in constant, upward momentum. There are inevitable seasons when initial motivation fades, when projects become routine, when relationships face quiet fatigue, or when goals feel distant and the initial excitement has long since waned. These periods of monotony or difficulty are universal. During these inevitable phases, many individuals slowly withdraw effort. They may remain present physically, but mentally, their resolve drifts. They complain, get easily distracted, or actively seek new, more stimulating pursuits, allowing their prior commitments to quietly falter and their responsibilities to erode. It is a common human response to discomfort or boredom. The Stoics, with their profound understanding of human nature, trained themselves precisely for these moments. Through practices like premeditatio malorum, the anticipation of difficulty, they prepared their minds not just for grand catastrophes, but also for the subtle, insidious erosion of daily life. They believed virtue is revealed not in moments of fleeting excitement, but in the unwavering discipline of repetition and steadfastness when conditions are less than ideal. It is here, in the quiet, consistent effort amidst prevailing drift, that true character is forged and demonstrated. When you remain thoughtful, steady, and demonstrably committed while others lose focus. Your visibility changes dramatically. Your reliability begins to stand out, not with a dramatic flourish, but with an undeniable, quiet power. You become a beacon of stability, consistency, particularly during ordinary or challenging times, often earns far more profound and lasting respect than momentary brilliance during exceptional moments. It signals deep character, an unshakable inner compass, and a rare fortitude that people instinctively trust and admire. Respect is also profoundly shaped not just by what we do, but by how we extend it to others. It is a reciprocal force. Some individuals, driven by ego, insecurity, or a need for control, react quickly and harshly to disagreement. They interrupt. They compete fiercely for dominance in conversations. They aggressively protect their own image, often at the direct expense of another's dignity or perspective. Such behaviors rarely cultivate genuine, lasting respect. Stoic thinkers took a radically different path, one grounded in profound self-mastery and an expansive view of human connection. They believed that true composure reflects a deep inner order, an unshakable tranquility of mind, known as ataraxia. They sought not to win arguments or dominate discussions, but to understand, to learn, and to contribute to collective reason. When you consistently listen carefully without immediate judgment or premature interruption, when you respond thoughtfully with calm reason, seeking clarity rather than contention, and when you remain fair, composed, and charitable even under tension, provocation, or direct challenge, others begin to experience you in a fundamentally different light. You become a rare and invaluable presence in any group. You become someone whose presence instinctively lowers emotional noise, de-escalates conflict, and fosters an environment of mutual consideration, psychological safety, and genuine dialogue. And environments naturally value those rare individuals who create stability, understanding, and a sense of shared humanity amidst inevitable disagreements. Quiet dignity does not loudly demand attention or recognition from others. It doesn't need to assert its authority. Yet, through its consistent, respectful, and composed expression, it unfailingly earns it, transforming interactions, building lasting bridges of esteem, and fostering a deep, almost unconscious sense of regard. Another powerful way individuals become truly difficult to ignore and deeply respected is through the courageous and often uncomfortable act of taking genuine responsibility in uncertain situations, or when errors inevitably occur. Many instinctively recoil and protect their reputation. They explain away circumstances with external factors. They highlight limitations beyond their control. They distance themselves from adverse outcomes, fearing blame, judgment, or perceived weakness. This is a natural human defense mechanism. Stoic philosophy fundamentally reframed difficulty, error, and even failure. Mistakes were not seen as threats to one's identity or a cause for enduring shame, but rather as invaluable opportunities to strengthen character, to learn critical lessons, and cultivate profound personal growth. They rigorously applied the dichotomy of control, recognizing with piercing clarity that while external events may be beyond our influence, our own judgments, actions, reactions, and choices are always, without exception, within our power. Taking responsibility is therefore not just an ethical imperative, but a profound act of claiming this inner power and agency. When someone calmly acknowledges error, fully accepts accountability for their part, and then moves decisively toward a solution, observers take profound notice. This act signals deep maturity and an unshakable sense of integrity. It signals genuine courage, especially in a culture often quick to deflect, minimize, or scapegoat. It demonstrates self-possession. Over time, This consistent courage in owning one's actions, both successes and, more importantly, failures, becomes an unshakable pillar of credibility. And credibility, built on such integrity and accountability, commands a quiet, profound attention and respect that is rarely forgotten or easily undermined. It speaks of a leader, not merely a participant. Finally, and perhaps most essentially, those individuals who are truly difficult to ignore often possess an unwavering and deeply anchored inner direction. This is not ambition fueled by external comparison, fleeting desires, or the shallow approval of others, but purpose profoundly shaped by deep, continuous self-reflection and an understanding of one's place in the broader scheme of things. The Stoics reminded themselves daily of life's brevity and the preciousness of their finite time. Urging constant examination of their priorities, they asked simple but immensely powerful questions. What truly matters in this life? What truly deserves my finite effort and attention? What kind of person am I becoming through my choices, moment by moment? For the Stoics, the highest purpose was not external achievement, but to live in accordance with virtue and reason, to align oneself with the natural order of the universe, with the Logos. This provides an unshakable foundation, far beyond fleeting external goals or societal expectations. This profound sense of purpose brings deep internal alignment. It harmonizes our thoughts, our words, and our deeds, ensuring they are all directed towards a consistent, meaningful end. Alignment then brings absolute clarity. It acts as a powerful filter, cutting through distraction, triviality, and external noise, and this clarity profoundly shapes behavior in tangible ways that others can instinctively sense and trust, even without explicit explanation. Purposeful individuals feel deeply anchored. They possess a serene confidence, not born of arrogance, but because their actions flow from a well-considered philosophy of life, rather than from external whims, pressures, or the changing tides of fortune. They are not easily tossed about by every change in circumstance or opinion, and this grounded, purposeful presence naturally attracts a deep, almost magnetic respect, a respect that transcends mere titles, transient achievements, or outward show. It is the profound respect earned by a soul that knows itself, lives authentically, and contributes consistently from a place of deep conviction. Becoming unignorable, ultimately, is not about forcing recognition, nor is it about performing strength or demanding validation from the external world. It is about living in ways that gradually, but profoundly, remove all doubt about your character, your integrity, and your valuable contribution. It is cultivated through reliability, quiet competence, unique contribution, steadfast consistency, profound dignity, courageous responsibility, and an unwavering grounding in purpose. These aren't mere tactics or superficial strategies. They are reflections of a well-ordered soul, deeply ingrained principles that genuinely shape how others experience you. Over time, they are the quiet hallmarks of a life lived deliberately, a life that speaks volumes through its actions, without needing to raise its voice. If this reflection resonated deeply with you, take a quiet moment to consider which of these 7 Stoic qualities you may wish to strengthen or cultivate further. Remember, the journey towards greater self-mastery and truly earned respect is a continuous and profoundly rewarding one. And if you find meaning in exploring modern life through timeless Stoic wisdom and seek to cultivate a deeper, more authentic presence in a noisy, often chaotic world, you are always welcome to continue this enriching journey here